Paper 3 will be using the 2022 pre-release booklet on waste management near Cambridge and your understanding of fieldwork. Check out this summary of what you need to do to prepare for the final GCSE geography exam for 2022. Welcome to this final exam video for the 2022 series. In this video I'm going to talk about what you need to consider when going into this third exam for AQA GCSE Geography. Make sure you go back and check out my paper 1 and 2 videos, as well as all my content on the pre-release booklet.
This is my summary of the GCSE Geography Paper 3 exam from AQA, which has seen some changes specifically for 2022. You'll be sitting Paper 3 Geographical Applications on Tuesday the 14th of June 2022 in the morning session. This exam is an hour and is 56 marks. Going into this exam, you should be aware that Paper 3 is broken into 2 sections. The first section concentrates on the pre-release resource booklet that was first available on Tuesday the 22nd of March 2022. You should have received this from your teachers and already started to do your own independent study.
This year's resource is looking at waste management near Cambridge. I recently visited Waterbeach and the surrounding area to investigate this issue. Check out my more detailed videos in this playlist, the link above or in the description.
The pre-release booklet has 3 figures that are spread over 6 pages. A blank version of this document will be given to you in the actual exam room to accompany the exam paper. You will then be able to refer to the document when you're answering questions on this issue. I've produced a lesson presentation and a mock exam paper to accompany this year's pre-release, so check out my website or the link in the description for more information. Figure 1, Managing Waste in the UK, gives you an overview of challenges the UK faces regarding the production of waste and the rates of recycling. Figure 2, Proposed Energy from Waste Incinerator for Cambridge, goes through the proposal for a new waste incinerator in Waterbeach, as well as including conflicting views on the project. Figure 3, A Waste Incinerator for Cambridge, a burning issue, provides detailed arguments for and against the project, and you should be developing your own opinion on whether you agree or disagree with the government's decision to reject the plan in 2020. Once again, I've already produced my own review video in which I've summarised the main key points, provided drone footage from the area, and some example questions that I think may come up in the exam. Click on the link above or at the end of this video to watch my breakdown of the pre-release resource booklet for 2022.
The second section then looks at fieldwork. Now for this year they have removed the requirement for pupils to have completed their own fieldwork, but they will still expect you to demonstrate understanding of fieldwork principles and how you would conduct fieldwork in a variety of scenarios.
You should expect to see some generic fieldwork questions that give you example data or graphs that you may need to interpret, complete, or speculate on how you would change the investigations in the future. These will probably be on topics that you have not studied, but you should be able to apply the main principles of fieldwork that you've learnt about during the course. The main structure of how you conduct fieldwork will include an introduction to the investigation. You should be aware of the various methods you might use and why you would have used them. You want to link this with the reliability and validity of the data. Knowledge of how you process data and production of graphic displays of results is also useful. Interpreting and analysing what the data tells you is next, and what conclusions you can make regarding the results. Finally, the evaluation should aim to consider any changes you would want to make to the study in the future. Here are some of the important elements that you also need to consider when conducting fieldwork. Primary data is collected by yourself, while secondary data is from someone else or another source. Quantitative techniques produce a numerical value, whilst qualitative involves a judgment from the person collecting the data. The type of sampling techniques used may also come up. Random sampling involves selecting a site or person to question at random. Systematic samples are taken at regular intervals, and stratified samples are taken from different groups or areas to get an overall representation. Reliability is about the consistency of a measure, so will be similar if tested again and again, whilst the validity is about the accuracy of a measure and if it answers the question. When conducting an investigation, a risk assessment must be completed. This assesses the risk to the people conducting the data collection. Common considerations include the appropriate clothing worn for the environment, considering the appropriate weather conditions, appropriate equipment, supervision for younger participants, making sure there's a first aider supervising the fieldwork site, if in a city, awareness of the general public, road and traffic systems, personal safety, and meeting points to avoid participants getting lost. You also need to consider the travel to and from the fieldwork site. You should ensure you've reviewed all the skills you have used throughout your geography lessons as well as in your maths GCSEs. I would focus on your confidence when looking at a range of graphs and charts. You should be familiar with a broad range of these and have some understanding of how to interpret them, and knowing how to complete portions would also be useful. I'd also be aware of all the statistical techniques you could use in geography. I would suggest you check out the AQA website to find past Paper 3 papers so you can practice unseen fieldwork questions.
So that concludes my summary for Paper 3 for the 2022 exams. Now again, please go back and check out my Paper 1 and 2 summaries, as well as all the content I've produced for the pre-release booklet for 2022. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe and give this video a like if you found it useful, and good luck in your exams.